On to question 10, the last question. So, normally distributed. Normally distributed is z-scores. So they give you the mean, they give you the standard deviation. So we're going to put this in. They don't say that they took a sample of runners. If they said, okay, we took a sample of 40 runners, then we're going to use the one with square root n down here. But because they haven't said that, we're going to use this more simple one. So our mean is 225, so that goes here. So 225. We're checking for 240, so that's going to go here. And standard deviation goes at the bottom. You get a value for z, so 1.25. You look up this value in the z-score tables on page 36 of your log tables, and you'll get a value of 0.8944. You just look that up. Okay. Once you've looked that up, you go back to the question. You say, right, do I want more or less than that? Because we want more. 1.25 is over here. We want this little bit. So the z-score tables always gives you less than, always, and there's no need to remember that. They shade it for you, so they tell you, look, there's the z-score, you're always on the left. Okay, we want more, so we want the right, so we have to do 1 minus our answer. Okay, so we've got like 89%, we need to do 100%, take 89%. So 10.56% or 0.1056. Okay, on to the next part. So the 20% of runners with the fastest times. So if you're in the top 20%, that means that you beat 80%. And the reason why we're looking at how many we beat is, again, we're looking for this shaded bit. So if you're in the top 20, the shaded bit needs to be 80. Okay, so because they've told you that, then we can look up 80% in here. So 80% is either this guy, 7905, or this guy. You're actually closer with the 7905 than you are with the 8023. So we're looking here, and we're just going to read off what our z-score is from there. So it's going to be 0.84. So that's our z-score. We haven't read the rest of the question, but we know that z now is 0.84. So, fine. What score do you need, basically? So 0.84 we've got. You put it in the same formula that we've just used, the same 12, the same 225, but we want to work out what x is. So a little bit of algebra, move the 12 up and multiply by it, add the 225 on, and you get your x as 235.08. Now, you need exactly that time to be in the top 20%. But if they say to the nearest second, you've got to decide whether you want a time of 2:36 or a time of 2:35. You want to be better than that time. So think about a race. How do you get a good time? A good time in a race is the smallest amount you can get. So it's 2:35, not 2:36. So you can't see it as clearly as I'd like, but that's a 5 there. 2:35 seconds. You want to be faster than this decimal. So 2:36 would be slower. Okay. This is probability then. So she's going to make a full start, and we want her first full start in the 4th race. Now that's code for she was fine in the first 3 races, and then she got a full start in the 4th. So if you're fine in the first race, it's a 95% chance. Second, 95% chance. Third, 95% chance. And then you full start with 5%. Multiply those together, you've got your probability. Okay, we'll do this in this part, and then we'll do the final 2 in another video. So 20 relay teams took part in the competition, and we're trying to find the probability that at most 2 teams drop the baton. So that means at most 2, so 2 is fine, 1 is fine, and 0 is fine. But 3 wouldn't work. 3 isn't at most 2. So we've got to check the probability for 0 teams dropping the baton, 1 team, and 2 teams. So 0 teams dropping the baton is 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, just 20 times, basically. So 0.9 to the power of 20. Nothing to do with the 0.1 at all, because no one drops the baton. If one team drops to the bottom, then you've got 0.1, and the rest are 0.9s, and there's 19 of them. So 0.1 once and 19 0.9s. So 0.1 times 0.9 to the power of 19. But this 0.1 needn't be at the beginning. It needn't be the first team. It could be the second team, or the third team, or the fourth team. So because the order can be different, because this 0.1 can move around, that's why we do this choosing bit. Normally it would be at the beginning, but with how I wanted to talk to you about it, I put it at the end. So it's 20 choose one. It's 20 teams and you're choosing one of them to drop the button. You can put that at the beginning, which is more usual, or you can put it at the end. Fine. 2 teams dropping, so 0.1, 0.1, 2 of those, and then 18 0.9s. And again, you need 20 choose 2, because these 0.1s can move around. You get your 3 answers, you add them up, and you're done.